Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And to abandon all hope for the Masters of the Universe live action movie from Amazon, the rumors seem to be very true that a lot of the movie will take place on Earth, just like the 1987 movie. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we're going to talk about some of the casting choices and the fact that they're making such a big deal about Adam's Earth friends. Suzie and Hussein tells me.
I know, Suzie and Hussein.
Suzie and Hussein, it tells me that we're going to see a lot of Earth, right? If they feel like they have to announce this. And if you remember from the original 1987 movie, as much as I like it for its cheesiness, it was 90% Earth and teenage drama and angst and goofball comedy and very, very not Masters of the Universe. Although I did like Skeletor's design, I thought it was pretty cool. But this movie has so many strikes against it at this point. I don't think it's going to be any good.
Well, and Skeletor is Jared Leto now, so
I was out when they announced Jared Leto's Skeletor, and I can almost guarantee you. I could be wrong, but if I had to guess, he looks a lot like Keldor. And they'll probably give him a lot of FaceTime as Keldor, and he probably will not become Skeletor until the very end of the movie.
I don't know. It's possible, though.
For the course.
It does sound par for the course. But yeah, no, I most of the casting I've had no problem with, but I just had to laugh when it was Suzie and Hussein. I'm like, really?
Are these going to be
going with?
Is this going to be like the Transformers movies where they always have the goofy sidekick human character? You know what I'm saying? Mm. I'm not digging this. I don't care. I mean, here's the thing. Like, people are gonna be like, oh, you guys are so angry about it. It's like, I don't care. I am completely indifferent to this franchise because so much damage has been done to it.
I'm more amused than anything. It's just, I don't know why Suzie and Hussein it makes me laugh. I don't know why. It brings me joy, but not in a way not in the way that means I'm excited about the movie. More like, oh my God, this is hilarious kind of joy. It's
kind of like the Sonic the Hedgehog movies where they have the inexplicable sister-in-law side quest marriage thing going on, you know, like they're probably gonna have this goofball filler stuff. I don't know, but the rumors are true. It takes place on Earth. Now, I will say the guy that's playing He-Man, Adam, does look the part. Mm-hmm. That's about the only positive I could give it. And they also got the power sword right. So we'll take a look at those leaked photos as well. But some of these other casting choices, I'm just like, yeah, nah, I'm not interested. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You will get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to Kickstarter, check out the Shadowbinder Steampunk pins. You've got a couple days yet until they're done. This will be a pretty quick campaign. The art's ready to go. We literally just have to send it to the manufacturer, get them in, flip them, send them out to you. So thank you very much for the support.
Yes.
So let's look at let's go to cosmic book news first, because a lot of people were like, no, they wouldn't be dumb enough to set this on Earth again.
It's going to be at least partly on Earth. I mean, I'm hoping what everybody's hoping is just the beginning, maybe till he figures out who he is and then he goes to Eternia. But I don't think that it's going to end up that way.
I don't think it's going to either. Now, here's the thing. At first, I was excited about it because Travis Knight is directing this movie, and he did Bumblebee, which I like quite a bit. I like that. Bumblebee is the only Transformers movie, live action Transformers movie I will acknowledge exists, because it's what they should have done in the first place. But that being said, the Transformers coming to Earth was the whole story.
Yeah, it was always that way. Yes,
it was always that way. That's why they look like Earth vehicles. They came to Earth. He-Man on Earth? No.
It was the biggest complaint from the movie, and so they think it's a great idea to do it again.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest complaints. Now, again, I do think this was it Glitzen. I do think he looks the part. Surprisingly, he bulked up quite a bit. I think he looks pretty okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, He-Man's getting busted by the cops. And it turns out that the He-Man movie is going to be quite different. Now, if you go out to Instagram, there we go. He-Man's busted by the cops. The power sword looks great.
It does.
I'll give you that. The power sword looks fantastic. It actually looks like it's supposed to look, but nobody wants to see He-Man getting busted by the cops. Yeah, there we go. That's my face.
Yeah, that's how we all are looking at this.
Weirdly enough, before we get into the other casting choices, this is a fan film. Mm-hmm. This is a fan film. I just want to leave this out there. This is a fan film, a low budget fan film that's going to be on Kickstarter, and somehow I think that the costumes will look better than this movie is going to look. I have a feeling.
More authentic anyway, yes.
Yeah, so that's coming pretty soon, fall of Grayskull.
Yeah,
so
anyway, they had one before. That's the second part, I think.
Oh, okay, so it's the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So this brings us to the main event, more casting rumors. Now we know they have Fisto, I guess, is going to be in this one, and they've got Ram Man, who is
well, at least it's Ram Man and not Ram Ma'am. So there's that.
She was a good character. I actually liked the 3D He-Man show. I thought you did. I thought it was pretty good. But they said up front it was going to be a reboot. It was going to be a reimagining. So I didn't have any. I mean, I thought Ram Man was kind of a weird, choice, but overall it was pretty okay. So yeah, here's who we got here. So these are the new announcements for the Amazon MGM Studios project. We have Sashir Zamata as Suzie.
Yeah, she was in Agatha All Along. She was one of the witches in that.
Okay. All right. So that she's not going to take a role where she's only in it for 5 minutes.
Probably not. No.
If she was in Agatha All Along and she was like a main character, because I didn't watch much of Agatha. I saw it. I kind of like looked over your shoulder as you were watching it here and there, but she's not going to take this role if she's only in it for like a couple of minutes. Right. So I think they're going to spend a lot of time on Earth. As this John Zhu Zhang as Ram Man. So,
well, he's built like Ram Man.
He's built like Ram Man.
Someone made a joke though. I thought he was gonna be Jitsu. That's what someone said in the comments.
Oh my God. That was like the Origins Jitsu they made because they didn't want him to look like a racist stereotype, so they gave him like hyper caffeinated eyes. It was so weird.
Wait, because so the round, is that why?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It was the weirdest damn.
Somehow they try to be less racisty or stereotypical. They make it more racisty and stereotypical. It's like Frost has Eskimo powers. Is Eskimo because she has ice powers?
But I thought that was kind of weird because you look at the Jitsu figure and it's like, wow, he is really awake.
He really likes Starbucks.
He really likes Starbucks, right? He can hold a big cup in that hand of his. Yeah. So let's see.
And then there's this Christian. I don't know how to say his name.
Vunipola?
That's Hussein.
So they're probably Adam's co-workers, and I'm sure hijinks will ensue. Galitzin, whatever his name is. Galitzin was announced to star as He-Man. He actually looks the part. I will give them props for that. But we have Camila Mendez as Tila. She did dye her hair red. She doesn't look terrible. Jared Leto as Skeletor.
That one, everybody's like, ooh.
Hard pass. Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms. Marina Baccarin as a sorceress. James Purefoy as King Landor.
We've been getting a lot of announcements lately about the other characters. Alison Brie Evelyn. I mean, most of them I have no problem with. I'm just so entertained by Suzie and Hussein.
Suzie and Hussein.
Can't wait for the He-Man movie with the adventures of Adam, Suzie, and Hussein.
Adam, Suzie, and Hussein. Can you imagine like he's calling the masters together? It's like Ram Man, Fisto, Man-at-Arms, Tila, Suzie, and Hussein. We have the power. It's like, oh my God.
I just can't. It's just. You had me. I mean, it was iffy here and there, but when I saw that, I was like, shit.
No Beast Man. So we got Malcolm / Fisto. Oh,
they keep announcing people, so it's possible they come later.
Trapjaw, Goat Man. That's an obscure one. And Triclops.
Now we got Ram Man.
Yeah,
plot. And Suzie and Hussein.
Suzie and Hussein. Yeah, plot details are currently under wraps for Masters of the Universe. No, not really. The leak was, and remember, a lot of people tried to refute that. The leak was that it was going to take place mostly on Earth because cheaper.
Well, we don't know if it's mostly on Earth, to be fair. We don't know. We know the beginning is at least, but we don't know if it's going to stay there. If they're smart, it will not stay there. They will leave Earth. Probably he'll get sent to Eternia, and Suzie and Hussein will go with him.
Yeah, oh my God, are they going to do that? They're going to like send Suzie and Hussein to Eternia.
It's going to be like the Christmas special.
Hijinks ensue.
Skeletor gets a puppy.
Yeah, that would be, oh my God. So, I mean, the only thing that gives me any trickle, very small trickle, like swollen prostate trickle of hope is Travis Knight directing it. But that doesn't, because he did Coraline, he did Bumblebee, but that doesn't mean this one's going to be any good. I think
Jared Leto, if it's going to take place on Eternia mostly for their own benefit, they need to make that leak somewhere or something, because I think people would be more willing to give it a chance if the Earth stuff is very limited. Even though why you have to go to Earth at all is stupid. Like, you don't have to. It was really dumb, unnecessary, and dumb. But if they are going to do it mostly on Eternia, I think they need to tell people that, because that's the only way you're going to win people back, I think, at this point.
Yeah. So this the plot actually sounds more like Thundercats than it does He-Man, because Prince Adam crashed to Earth in a spaceship when he was 10. He had the power sword. Thundercats.
So Superman.
Yeah, Superman. Yeah. But in Thundercats, it was Lion-O and the Sword of Omens and
Suzie and Hussein.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
I just can't stand the Suzie and Hussein thing. It drives me. I can't get past it.
But he's gonna get whisked back to Eternia to fight Skeletor. To defeat such a powerful villain, Adam has to uncover the mysteries of his past and become He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe.
Okay, so in the show, it makes sense that he's He-Man, but he knows how to fight because he's Prince Adam, and he worked with Teela and he knew how to fight. Now you got some guy who doesn't do anything his whole life, is in an office and wearing pink shirts, and is going to be whisked to Eternia and suddenly know how to defeat everyone. It's okay. Suzie and Hussein are sure going to train with him and Teela and everybody else to make sure that he can defeat Skeletor.
I just keep thinking it should be like they should have a montage with what was the South Park song, the "Now You're a Man, Now You're a Man."
What gets me is the point that the director, I think it was the director who had said, that he said, the show meant to a lot of people. It's really formative for a lot of people. So it's exciting to do something that will have the nostalgia element as well as hopefully attract a bunch of new fans. And as soon as you say that's what happened to She-Ra. That's what happened to Star Wars. That's what happened with Revelation. That's what happened with all this stuff. So when you add that part, then I get concerned.
We're making this for the TikTok generation.
Right. I mean, we're gonna go back to Earth. No, that's called cheap ass, because you don't need to be on Earth at all. This is stupid. Like, why are you on Earth at all? That's just there was no reason to do it other than being cheaper.
Cheap ass is one of the evil warriors. He was unreleased. He was supposed to come out in 1988. Yeah, he was basically just made out of all recycled parts.
Coffees for closers. He goes around saying that, cheap ass. Yeah, no, this sounds like the red flags are there.
Yeah.
And I'm just concerned. I mean, I'm hoping it's going to be good, but my expectations are below sea level at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm not mad about it. This is the thing. People think that we're like Revelation was just the reason we were so pissed is we got told that we were liars when we weren't. We weren't. And then, but what happened with He-Man because of Revelation, just like what happened with Star Wars because of Last Jedi and all these other franchises, is that you become apathetic. Things that you really loved for a number of years, you become very apathetic.
Leading up to Revelation and stuff, they were already attacking people. Well, if you watched He-Man at all, you know Teela was important and all this other shit. It's like, you're sexist, you're whatever. And they started that. And they better not start that again here, because I saw in the comments already, well, people are going to start complaining. They say people are going to start complaining. And it's like, because I think of the Ram Man casting, I'm assuming. I'm like...
There are much bigger red flags than the race swaps in the casting announcements, right? The fact that that looks like a significant portion of this movie is going to take place on Earth. Or
at least, well, I don't know how much. They're not saying. But they need to clarify this. If it isn't going to be on Earth very much, they really need to say so. If they could do that, it might save their asses. If they're, oh, no, most of it's going to be on Eternia, people will still get a chance. If they don't say anything, then I'm going to be like, yeah, then they're going to do it mostly on Earth.
Yeah, it'll be like the last third of the movie takes place on Eternia. We don't get He-Man until the very end of the movie where he finally figures out how to become He-Man. We don't see Skeletor until something happens to Keldor. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they keep setting these movies up to be like a lead in. Even Bumblebee was guilty of that, leading into a bigger movie. Like Bumblebee felt like, I mean, it was technically a prequel to the first Bayformers, even though it didn't jive up with the time didn't mesh up. But like, I think I have this strong feeling they're going to approach this like it's the beginning of a franchise, and really what you need to do is just have 2 hours of He-Man beating the shit out of Skeletor, and just assume there's not going to be another movie.
Right, they're not gonna. But don't But good news, we got Suzie and Hussein. They're going to save
Suzie and
it.
Hussein are going to save. They're the masters of the universe. So there we go, guys. That's our reaction to these leaks and announcements. And I don't give a shit. Good luck with all that. I mean, this is
you don't give a shit. I'm amused.
It's the same studio that's given us, as Cosmic Book News correctly pointed out, Lord of the Rings, The Power of the Rings, which is terrible. Wheels of Time, which had significant changes. The people in charge of James Bond said that Amazon Studios are just freaking morons. Like they don't know what they're doing. So, I mean, yeah, my expectations are on the floor. If it somehow winds up being watchable, then I'll say so. I mean, I did with the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Well, that's the good news when your expectations are so low. If they get raised at all, you're going to be happy. So
there you go.
Maybe it'll win that way. Who knows?
All right, so we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.